We're not
settings.
waiting
That's
for
correct.
anyone in particular. It's just going to be you and I for a bit in the beginning.
Okay.
And
We're gonna
we'll
do
talk
great,
through
everybody.
some of the game settings that make racing a lot easier and also unlock the potential of your ship. Because there's a lot of safeties that are interacting with your ship. You may have heard terms like IFCS, the Intelligent Flight Control System, G-Safe, that sort of thing. They're all reducing the speed of your ship.
Oh.
So we need to turn those safeties off so that we can go as fast as possible.
See, everybody, it's not my fault that I have no skill. It was the game holding me back. That's my excuse now. Great. So how do I turn these things
Yes,
off?
and yes, it keeps citizens safe, but if you want to go as fast as possible and really learn how to utilize the full potential of your ship, let's go to the options now.
Very
so in the
good.
options menu, under game settings, let's scroll down to the flight settings.
Got it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start by turning G-Safe off. By default it's on, so we'll say no to it defaulting on. And G-Safe, in short for yourself and everyone listening, the ISCS will limit the ISCS will limit the speed of the ship. If you are about to black out, it will reduce all the thruster output to try and prevent you as hard as it can from blacking out. But when you are racing, you want to actually go closer to that edge and manage it yourself. And in a ship like the MSR, it doesn't really matter that much. You're not producing as many Gs as you would in, say, like an Arrow or a Mariah Fury LX.
Okay. And this is
Okay.
So we
The next thing we're
literally
gonna
just
adjust.
changed, but we just changed everything you talked about by
Yep.
turning G-Safe defaults off.
Yes, so that will help with all of your cornering. Anytime you are inducing G-forces, your thrusters will always be at maximum. They will not be limited by the ship computer.
Wow. Okay, what else do I need to do?
Okay, so there's even more. So the next part we'll look at is Flight Proximity Assist. Now this technology was added to the game by CRG to help players that were struggling to land or take off. So what Proximity Assist does is when you're in the proximity of geometry or terrain, the thrusters will slow down and reduce their output. So it will slow down the ship for you.
That's what proximity
And
assist
that's
does.
not
It slows
good when
down
you're
the
racing
ship.
because it slows down the ship when you're near geometry or terrain so that it makes the landing smoother and easier. But that is not helpful when you're racing because you're passing through geometry checkpoints all the time.
Uh-huh.
And if you're going a little bit slower every time you pass through checkpoints, you're not able to utilize the full potential of the ship.
I had
And,
no idea this was so detailed.
If you unlock it and start getting used to having control of your ship at its full potential, particularly if you have joysticks, you can do a lot of the thrust assist yourself.
Interesting. Okay, that's
So
going to
we will
be
turn that
that'll
off.
be on my list later.
No worries. And then let's scroll down to Pilot Velocity Indicator. Now, this is what we call the True Velocity Indicator, which is the two little arrows that point towards each other to show your ship's true direction.
Correct?
Wherever your ship is actually traveling, those two little arrows that you see darting around the screen is exactly where the ship is heading. We want to change that from fading to always on. It fades when it's aligned with the crosshair, the nose of the ship. Though when you are racing, the way you induce less drag is by aligning the nose of your ship to the true velocity indicator of your ship, so that you are as straight on as possible, and you're not inducing any drag.
Okay, I like that. That works. So that's always on now.
Alright, and then maybe the last thing, if you don't have head tracking, my advice is to turn up the field of view in graphics.
I need a horse!
Mine is currently
so
at
that
90.
you can see around corners a lot better.
I moved it up slightly to 90 already. I usually keep it there. Where would it typically be? Where would you like it to be?
All the way to the right. 116 is what I have mine at.
Okay. I can hear right now. I can hear my graphics card crying. It's fine. Let's see what it does.
That's okay, but now we can look around corners a little bit easier. And that's important, because we need to be able to see the next checkpoint and any obstacles that are coming up around us.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's it. We'll just go with those for now.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly remind everybody
So we
in
can
chat.
back out to the game.
Everybody, we are flying with Echo tonight, and there may be other... Well, we know there's other pilots here because AC3 is wandering around racing the Hull A all day. So we are here with Echo. I am currently in an MSR. This is what Echo has volunteered to teach me to fly in, which is all kinds of ridiculous ideas. And Echo is part of Anzia Racing, founder or co-founder of Anzia. What is your title?
Presiding officer. So
Echo is the
ANZA
presiding
Racing is a
officer.
committee of multiple organizations and content creators. But yeah, I represent Southern Cross Alliance on that committee. And say Tint represents Frontier Consolidated, who is also out there racing today.
Excellent. Okay. So if you would like to learn more, and Echo, if you would like to drop any links in chat or in the Discord, if you want to let people know, we do have the new racing channel in the PJParty Discord. You're always welcome to share information there. But if anybody would like to know more about Echo, who is a content creator, and then also her org Anzia Racing, you are welcome to do that. You'll see right there, just as it went in chat. You can learn more about the organization. And then tonight you're also going to see people from Omega. Omega Aerosports is also here.
Omega Aerosports, run by Smithy, yep.
Yeah, Smithy is here. We've seen AC. I haven't seen Smithy yet, but we've seen AC in chat, and they're in the same location, so you're going to see them as well. Omega's a great organization for racing also. So if you have any racing questions, just jump into the Discord. You can just do !Discord, and there is now a racing channel dedicated to Star Citizen. You can check out some more details there. There are already links in the channel.
All right, are you ready for some flight basics?
Yes.
So, do you know how coupled mode works? Can you describe that, or would you like me to just give you the exact rundown of it?
I'm going to give you the most detailed analysis I have of coupled mode. Coupled mode will keep me off the ground. Decoupled mode helps me crash. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Yep.
Cool. See, I'm a genius, people.
That's a really good explanation for it. That's a lot better than most people's descriptions.
Okay, as bad as that was. Great.
As close as you can get it, though.
Okay.
Coupled will continuously apply brakes in all directions to bring you to a stop. That's all its job is.
Really? Wait a minute. So it's
So
not
if you
just
take off now,
it's not just a vertically based system, it's braking in all directions?
it's braking in all directions. It's braking to bring you to a stop to resist gravity. That's why you'll see the bottom thrusters continuously firing. That's coupled mode to brake and prevent you from falling.
I would like to make an official complaint to the coupled mode designers because it has not prevented me from slamming into things at the front of my ship hundreds of times. It's failed in that regard, and I'm filing an official notice.
Yep. A lot of it will come down to the power of the ship as well.
The MSR
And
has.
this
I mean,
one's
like
pretty
most
good,
Crusader
actually.
ships, the MSR has significant. I mean, the MSR is not the best. The C2 is probably the best in terms of thruster ratio, compared to the size of the ship, but it's okay.
Hover with me here in coupled mode.
Could do that as soon as I turn my engine. Oh, hold on, I have to be back in the game. I had to pour a drink. Let's go here. Here we go. Now everybody in chat can see that, of course, I had my landing gear down when I landed. Why did you guys second guess that? Silly. Okay, so we're hovering. Yes.
Alright, now that you know it's applying brakes in all directions, the other thing to know is that, of course, when you give input on your keyboard or your joystick, IFCS releases the brake in that direction and applies thrust.
Well, I think it's adorable
Now, what
that you said I
happens
know
when-
that, but no, I don't. Now I do, but that's okay.
I know, it seems obvious, but when it comes to racing, this is important because this next part, when you are coupled and you do a turn and you're only holding the forward thrust direction, now that you know it's braking all the time, if you are not managing the left strafe or the strafe up or down, it will be attempting to bring your ship to a stop. It will be applying brakes in those directions, which makes you slower. So that is why coupled mode is slower for racing.
Now
Does that
I'm
make sense?
realizing. Yeah, I'm realizing that the thrusters are firing despite the fact that I'm not causing them to fire. Okay, I'm understanding coupled mode now. This is great.
Yep. Now, there is another thing, a feature that CIG implemented to assist players that only fly in decoupled to make flying in gravity and landing much more easier. Maybe you've heard the term vector lock mode.
Yes.
But basically what that is if you have your landing gear deployed, like so, and you go into decoupled, you won't fall out of the sky. Give that a try now. So, landing gear deployed, and then go into decoupled, you don't fall out of the sky.
Yeah, I just decoupled and I'm still airborne. If I retract my landing gear, I'm going to fall down, don't I?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
That's exactly right.
I didn't. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, yep.
Unironically, this is basically free resistance to gravity. Because if you look at your ship in this current state, landing gear out, decoupled, the thrusters underneath are barely doing any work at all. In fact, all thrusters are firing equally in all directions because they have nothing to do.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
And what this means is, because your ship doesn't have to do as much work resisting gravity, it's more optimal to race with the landing gear deployed.
Oh. Of course. Okay, that makes sense.
Does that make sense now? Because what's happening is we're now just racing like we're on ice. Like if you just move a little bit around, it's like you're ice skating.
I will say though, I've never noticed anybody racing with landing gear down. Maybe I've never paid attention to it, or cameras are usually above the ships, but that's an interesting point. Okay.
Yeah, the ships are usually moving so fast that you won't see it, but all racers are doing it. Particularly if the ship can support it. Not all ships can support it. Like, ships with control surfaces like the Arrow fold up and become a lot slower and less aerodynamic. But ships like the MSR, all they do is just punch through the atmosphere. They don't have any folding wings. They benefit from this effect.
That's right. Notice everybody, we're in a ship that punches through the atmosphere. That's how great the MSR is.
Exactly. It's a fixed wing. It just has incredible thrusters.
Okay.
And when you're in decoupled, you're in control of your ship and its maximum potential. Not using coupled, you're not getting automatic brakes applied in directions you're not using. So this is the fastest way to fly. So we're gonna learn how to fly like this today. So if you would very slowly and carefully, because this might be a little bit challenging if you haven't flown like this before, just carefully follow me out the hangar.
I love your comparison. This does, I mean, visually, but also in a sense, haptically feel like you're flying on ice. You are just gliding. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just gliding in a straight line.
Hello.
This is great.
Yep. It's a fantastic feature. And hopefully, and I've submitted feedback for this, that CRG separated out into its own mode. Maybe as part of Mastermides. But yeah, it's a bit weird that it has to come with the landing gear deployed right now.
Okay, see, I have already taken that turn ridiculously wide, and now I'm just drifting to the left. So, to control things like that,
there's
is
a
it really
gravity
all
zone
about
there.
boosting? Yep, there is. Is this really all about boosting to get those prompt course corrections?
So now that we have the full potential of our ship unlocked, boosting in the beginning will just be used to help you make your turns and fix emergency situations. But eventually, boosting will be used to optimize your top speed because it gives you a significant advantage on the straights if you can reach and maintain being at top speed for a longer time.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you phrased it the way you did, because I was going to tell you that my plan was to take these initial laps very, very slowly, except for the straightaways, in which I figured it would be safer to boost. But I just had confusion in chat, so that's the that's the name, not my state of mind. But Confusion just said that they've learned more in 20 minutes than they have in their last 100 hours of flying. I completely agree with that. This has completely, drastically changed my whole understanding and appreciation of racing. You just did in 20 minutes what I never thought possible.
Yep. I mean, this is what we do at racing. We test all the ships. We understand what's going on under the hood to try and optimize the full potential of our ship and get as faster lap times as we can. We will exploit everything available to us in this ship and turn off all the safeties.
That is okay. This is great. This is so much fun. Okay. So, I will notice
So
though that
what
I
we're
just
heading
keep
for right
moving.
now?
Yeah, I just keep like drifting up
Oh, yep,
or
sorry, you go ahead.
down. I drift left or
Yes.
right. You and I continually are in different planes. Is this
What
normal?
you
Is this the way it's
set
supposed to be
your
working?
ship's true vector to is where it goes. This is how you will fly now in this state. So
Okay.
you see the two little arrows pointing next to each other or together?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where your ship's truly heading. And now that it's not fading, you can always see that.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
can
a setting
always
I'm
know
going to keep
exactly
on
where
forever.
your ship is going to go.
Okay. Welcome in, Dirge. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate
Now
it.
we're
Just
heading
like
to the
Roblox.
start-finish line of the Gold Dust Community Racetrack. It's made up of all of these rectangular buildings around the city. And yes, sometimes we'll hit a gravity zone. There might be quite a few along here. We'll pick up speed a little bit and we'll do a guided lap of this track.
We're not going to... Okay, good. I was like, I know we're cutting through part of the track right now, so I wanted to make sure we weren't about to collide with somebody who's training.
That's alright. They're professionals. Everyone who is training at Omega Aerosports today are very aware of radar and racer position. As you can see, tint flying over us, giving us clear and plenty of space. At the Crux Cup, we have regulations where we say you must give way to larger vehicles and carefully overtake them when it is safe to do so. And we are the larger vehicles today.
That's right, we are. See, everybody, it's good to be in an MSR. And by the way, you did say, I heard you say that they're racing professionals. I also know that AC3 is here, so we need to just keep that in mind. He's going to get so mad at
Oh
me.
yes, AC3, a professional heavy class racer. Placed in podium, I think, and also did really well in Scarlet Apex. Yeah, not to be underestimated, AC3.
I would wholeheartedly agree, but I'm
very
going
experienced
to harass
racer.
him any chance I get. So that's just going to be a thing. Hold on, wait a minute, Captain Havoc. This isn't the first time I've been in Decoupled. This is the first time I've been in Decoupled knowing what I'm doing. Let's be very clear about this. Oh no, oh no. No, 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 that's a building, that's a building, that's a building, Jug, that's a building. Okay. That was fun, nearly died. Okay though, didn't die.
That's alright, we're just doing a slow lap, so there's plenty of time to react.
That's what you think. What are you using your speed limiter? Are you using that at all? Or do you just
no,
turn it off?
I have speed limiter turned off.
You have it turned off. Okay.
So now we're heading to the next rectangle checkpoint. This one we just stay on the left-hand side of. And give yourself a little bit more room than you think. You want to give yourself a nice wide turn into this checkpoint.
Yeah, this is hold on. I had the map brought up. Oh, yeah. Same one. I was using the first time you sent it to me. Yes. Okay, so now we
And
are
this is
going
checkpoint 3 we're coming up on.
Thank you. That's what I thought. Okay. This is the 90-degree. By the way, would it, I don't know if it would be helpful for
It is
you
a
or for
sharp
both
turn.
of us. Would this be, should we join Smithy's party so that we can see markers?
Oh yeah, if you would like. Otherwise, they're very used to just following radar.
Yeah, I'm fine. If you want to have Smithy send us invites, we can do that. Or whoever's their party leader. I'm probably connected to them. Okay, so you're taking this.
We're putting Global to invite us.
There we go.
And I took that turn a little bit late, but at least we can see it nicely now.
Okay, so now
You see the heralds practicing above us?
Yes. I think what you did where, like you said, kind of took that turn a little bit later than we might have. And
Definitely wider than you think.
so what I was doing was as I turned,
You want to give
obviously
yourself
I was
plenty
still,
of time
I
to
was still
see the
gliding
checkpoint
left.
as you come into it.
So if I'm still gliding left, how do I correct that drift?
Okay, so what you'd want to do is to roll to a 45-degree angle and utilize both strafe up and strafe right. So combining those plus your forward thrust will give you a nice tricord, the most acceleration you can get out of the MSR.
Strafe left and right simultaneously.
Combined strafe right, strafe up, and forward, all
sorry,
together
okay.
at a 45-degree angle.
Got you. Okay.
And that's what they call tricoording, where you're utilizing 3 axes of thrusters, 3 sets of thrusters all working together. So I'll demonstrate that a bit up on this one. This one, you don't turn too much, but I'll still do a tricord when we get through it.
Okay. Then I'm going to hang behind you and watch that
Did
happen.
Smithy send you an invite?
Yes, we're all in the same party.
Awesome.
I can already see AC3's party marker as he drifts right past my head, just for fun.
So a lot of the racers practice, and today we'll be using the very top of the checkpoint, which is the thinnest part of the atmosphere, which has the least drag on the ship. So we're just going to be living in the middle of the checkpoint. And this is a tricord here, 45 degrees, utilizing strafe up, strafe right, and forward to optimize your turning.
That's great. Okay, yep. Still drifting a little more than I'm... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to mess with that a little bit. I see... Okay, I see how that's correcting things now. That's great. That is awesome. And we're getting daylight, which is fantastic. Anyways, I am still behind you, so...
Hey, we've got an hour of day.
Okay. See, chat, this is... Look, I haven't crashed. Look, this is so weird. Everybody's leaving. They're like, oh, he's not dead yet? Okay. The level of disappointment is climbing. So now we are flying through Kelleher Cross. Is that correct?
That's it. We're flying through Kelleher Cross, heading to checkpoint 5. This one's a little bit hard to find because it's hidden behind some buildings. It's also the lowest elevation of the checkpoints. We'll go a little bit lower here just in case there's a herald behind us. And then get ready to tricord. So go 45 degrees. Use your strafe up, strafe right, and forward thrusters together and make the turn.
Okay, I'm right behind you.
And here we are at the start-finish line. We were just parked behind